Georgia, another weigh-in done, but quite an eventful one. What were you thinking when you were up there?
Oh, look, I mean, weigh-in day for me is always a nervous one. I want to make sure that everyone is actually on weight, and it was going great. The one fight that you don't want to miss weight is your main event, and for me it was a really nervous couple of minutes till Nikita pulled up and then actually got on the scales and he was underweight, which was a huge relief for me.
You were obviously the closest to what they were saying. What was being said?
Between these two, Nikita was playing into Danilo's talk. Danilo was saying, "You look drained, you look hungry," and Nikita just said to him, "I am hungry," and stared straight in his eyes. So I think Nikita's picturing him as a nice big piece of meat, and Danilo's gained even more confidence. He's a very confident guy, but I think he gained confidence from thinking that Nikita's really struggled with this weight cut, and assuming that he'll come in underdone and be more susceptible to a big shot. And we see with Danilo, he has landed big shots. We've talked a lot about how elusive he is, but he has got punching power and his timing is impeccable. So if he lands the right shot at the right time, it could be a dangerous night for Nikita.
The Tszyu are known for like their meticulous planning and preparation. Are you a bit surprised, obviously?
No, well, I do agree with you there, and I think we've still got 36 hours to the fight, a bit less. Having that happen, I think for them now this next 30 hours is going to be impeccable. So for me, I think that means that they'll be doing absolutely everything to perfection leading into the fight. So there'll be no shortcuts, no stone left unturned, and it'll mean that he'll come in at the best possible shape that he can be in.
Another thing that obviously happened today was the WBO talking about sanctioning the interim fight between Madrimov and Terence Crawford coming up. Obviously, your reactions to that?
Yeah, look, I mean, a lot happens in boxing, and a lot can change, in a matter of you wake up the next morning and something completely opposite could be happening. So I'm not surprised by that announcement, but I know that nothing's guaranteed until it's guaranteed.
So plans are for Tim still to get back fighting, not going to sort of worry about that decision and hang on, maybe not see Tim Tszyu until next year, or none of that?
You know, Tim doesn't like sitting on the sidelines. He got his stitches out and he's ready to fight. So when he's ready to fight, we make fights happen.
Obviously now, going back to the card, some absolutely crackers. You've also put your hand in your pocket. There's a 20 grand knockout or fight of the night bonus on offer. You got to give us who are the ones that you like. Who do you think can potentially steal the show from the main event?
I literally believe any one of them can, and that's why when I sat there and I looked at the card, and there were still fights that weren't even on the press conference. Like Chanel Dargan has one fight of the night before. She wasn't there, but everybody else who was there, Jazzy Parr, she could put on a great performance. Ben Hussein, Mason Smith, that's a really great matchup. Jerome is locked in, and we know he's got knockout power. If he can knock out Malik Zanad in a world title eliminator, that's nuts. There's so much talent on this card, and I thought, stuff it. They're all going to give 100% anyway. Let's slap 20 grand down and see who can take it to 110, or shit, they might even send it straight off the Richter scale.
The energy between that fight is something else. That you saw the two guys. Malik's got a really strong supporter base, but obviously Jerome, he's mean. He's coming to fight. He's come across the ditch from New Zealand. He wants to put on a show for Australia and New Zealand, but also the world. Given what's on offer for the victor of that fight between an opportunity to fight for the undisputed light heavyweight title, Artur Beterbiev or Dmitry Bivol.
Yeah, look, that face-off was intense. It was really intense, and Jerome's such a quiet and humble sort of guy, and so to see him in that moment when the switch is getting flicked, look, I know that there's something amazing going to happen in that fight. Malik's got obviously a hell of a lot of confidence, got a lot of swagger about him. I love that energy. I love that energy in a fighter. I love that energy in a boxer, and I think that's going to make for it to be a really good matchup, and I hope to see Jerome land that big one and get the big win.
And last but certainly not least by any means, the WBA world title on the line between Clara Lescurat and Lynn Sandstrom. Again, the girls brought some really serious energy up there on the scales. Both made weight. We have a title fight. How excited are you for this one?
Yeah, look, really excited. You know, another opportunity for an Australian to win a world title. You know, we've just had a new female world champion crowned in the last few weeks, and would love to see another one added to that rank. So Lynn's done all the work that she can to prepare herself for this. So very tough fight, extremely tough fight. Clara Lescurat is a bona fide champion, and someone that's not looking to lose her belt here. She's got a lot of attitude, and she's coming here and she doesn't want to leave without her belt. So it's going to make for a tough fight, but I do hope that Lynn gets the job done, and I hope that everybody who's there tomorrow night gets behind her and makes some noise, and everyone tuning in at home as well can get some support for Lynn, and hopefully another world champion.